welcome back to another episode of the Armchair Pundits. We've almost got a full house today. Lamont's back after a little break to join myself, Evan and James. Welcome back, Lamont. More games. We're down to the final four. So we're going to round up the quarterfinal games that happened from Friday and over the weekend. So without further ado, we'll start off with France versus Morocco. France winning 2-0, courtesy of Mbappe with a brilliant strike. And I guess a disappointing performance from Morocco in the end. Everyone was expecting them to put up more of a fight. What did you make of the game?
As you said, really. Did France really get out of second gear? Morocco looked like the little brother that was a bit too scared. He knows he can't beat his big brother, but he's there to participate anyway. He'll try a couple of things, but really and truly has no confidence that he can actually win. And it's disappointing, really and truly, considering they were unbeaten in like 30 plus games. Well, they lost the final, but technically unbeaten in 30 plus games. So I expected so much more. Yes, they lost Saibari through injury, and I was surprised that they went with a false nine instead. I thought they should have gone with a striker, and I think it might have served them better if they had done, because I think when he came on for Saibari in the last game. I think I've forgotten the guy's name. I think it was Yassin that came on for him. When he came on for him in the last game, he did well, but it was just easy street for France, and Mbappe just stretching out his legacy.
Well, he missed the penalty, but then at the same time came up clutch when he needed to. I think that Morocco were trying to be difficult to beat, and at some point I felt like they were trying to kind of play for a draw or try to nick the game on a counter attack, kind of a sucker punch. And if they get that sucker punch, then would France be able to break them down? But as soon as it gets to 1-0, then Morocco have got to come out a bit more, and then you're kind of struggling, because like a lot of last parts of it, Morocco kind of pinned back into their own half, but in their own box, and it's just France just knocking the ball about, trying to create space, and every now and again they created some space. It just didn't quite work out, and when they did open them up, that's when they got the penalty. And these starter penalties have got to stop. Man,
they had one shot on target, bro. They had one shot on target all game.
Mate, it's a horrible quarterfinal kind of performance for Morocco after all of the performances they've put up before that point. I totally agree with James. I'm not going to include the final of the AFCON. I'm saying totally, they've just been a well-balanced, well-drilled side. But going into a game like that, you would really expect Morocco to kind of put their foot down, knowing that France are not going to play around. They're going to bury them at the earliest chance, and there were some early chances they're coming in.
But you know what it is? If you're Morocco and you try to go toe-to-toe with France, then you run the risk of actually getting battered.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many teams that are going to be able to go toe-to-toe with them, and especially if they start losing the ball in the transition, if the attacks get broken down, then they could be punished. You can't be too open. You got to be measured in how you play. I do think they could have done more, but it's a fine balance between how defensive you want to be and also trying to be attacking at the same time.
Bro, France's side, sorry James, but France's side, just looks like they're bringing a gun to a knife fight. That's what it looks like. Like they look like they're just going to obliterate anyone. And I feel like that first penalty, Mbappe done the textbook step over and shift. You know,
he should have though, bro. Bruv,
barely touched
the
him.
weight. No, the weight, bro. Like, let's be honest. He waited for 3 minutes to take that penalty.
Yeah.
And not only that, after waiting 3 minutes, the referee made him move it like 2 or 3 times.
Mate.
And it's like, but Mbappe was literally like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Let me take the penalty.
He was going like that. It was like 3 minutes it took me to take that penalty. Like, it was ridiculous. And the VAR
going, what, though?
It's ridiculous,
because,
James.
Right, there was potential foul on Hakimi, which took 20 seconds. That wasn't a foul. And then I know you've said, was he really touched? But in this day and age, they're giving us penalties. You get nothing of the ball, you slide in like that, you're going to give away a penalty. So I had no idea what took 3 minutes.
No.
I mean, like Bevan said, though, them stutter penalties, I've seen them too many times.
Yeah.
They need to stop. They need to stop, honestly. And rightly so, Mbappe, you know, came back and redeemed himself, got himself his 8th tournament goal, which at that point, I believe he was ahead of Messi, or was he level with Messi at that point? I can't remember.
He was behind. They're level now.
Yeah. So it was behind at that point, yeah. Then he made himself level, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, he looks good, though. Mbappe looks good. I've got to be honest. Don't get me, France altogether look good.
It's good, you know.
but yeah, he's good.
He's all right.
Good vein of form, boy.
He can play football.
Yeah, it's true. But,
there was a lot of scrutiny on him going into the tournament, obviously due to his performances for Real Madrid, not for the lack of goals, but maybe the lack of cohesion and teamwork. But
trophies.
In this World Cup, he has definitely stepped up to the plate. He stepped up to that captain role. I've seen a lot of memes about General Mbappe.
Dictator.
But honestly, he's leading the side in the way that they need right now, and you have to give him credit. He's stepped up to the plate and scored a big goal, and obviously Dembele scoring a great second goal as well to finish that game off. There was a lot of controversy going in, obviously with the referee being Argentine. In fact, the full officiating crew being Argentine, but actually no real controversial decisions made in the game. You could argue there was a slight maybe risk of handball for the Mbappe goal, but it was inconclusive and there was no need.
Yeah,
there was nothing to overrule there. So France will move on and they will go to play Spain, who defeated Belgium 2-1, a late goal from Mr. Clutch himself, Merino.
Brother.
Mate,
super sub. I don't
honestly,
even believe I'm saying this, but this guy, bro,
he
in
knows
this
his role.
tournament, mate, I'm gonna have to call him a poor man's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's what I'm gonna have to call him, like respectfully.
Not a bad shout.
Like he's coming on off the bench and he has delivered for Spain each and every time. And I think I said it earlier on in the competition. It's about having squad depth. You might say, you know, that's obvious, but honestly, when you look at the bench, you need to have game changers. You can't just have a squad of players and be, oh, you know what, he'll do a job, No, these guys need to come on and they need to be able to activate, you know, and change the game and, you know, just take the game away from the opponent. And that's what Mourinho done time in, time out.
And on the opposite side of that, you need to bring on a goalkeeper that doesn't give the opposition a
Can
goal.
we move on?
In it, Lemon.
Can we move on?
Nah, brother, we can't.
So the next
on.
game is England-Norway, innit? No?
Bro, we have to talk about it. So Courtois, obviously, he goes off injured in his interview, saying that it was the coach's decision to take him off, even though he looked like he couldn't continue. He said that he could. Lemens comes on, makes a huge error from a spilled long-range strike. I think it's from Kubasi, who's not known for his long-range shooting, but it was a good, decent enough effort. He spills it, and that's where Merino's on hand to finish the job off. And you have to say, for Belgium, they didn't really play well in the game, but Spain haven't really been tested in this tournament yet.
Do you know what?
Arguably, you could say Cape Verde were their biggest test so far.
Agreed.
But then I still think that, like, the goal that Belgium scored, I think it was a bit too easy.
Agreed.
Like, De Ketelaere has not looked great, to be honest with you. And when Spain went 1-0 up, I thought that was game over. But there were some I think there were some issues where it looked like that on the flanks that Spain could be got at in defence. It's just that Belgium just didn't have enough up front. De Ketelaere isn't necessarily good at his hold-up play. And then Lukaku came on and his hold-up play wasn't that great either. So it's going to be very interesting, this next game, France versus Spain, because I don't think that none of them are going to have the game their own way. It's going to be very much the defense versus attack, and I think there are frailties in both defenses in terms of their right back and left back in the defensive sense?
Maybe,
honest-
but that's the first goal they conceded all tournament.
Yeah, but nobody's
To be
attacked.
fair.
No, but nobody's attacked them though. No, they've
Yeah,
not.
true.
If they've had the run of the game, most of the games have been played in the other team's half.
Yeah.
The game against France isn't going to be played in the other team's half, and
No chance.
this France team is very different from the France team that played in the Euros,
Yeah,
where
3-3.
sorry,
Did they draw 3-3 in Euros with them?
Spain beat them in extra time.
2-1, I
okay.
think.
Yeah, I think the Nations League was 3-3 or something like that. Or
Yeah,
5-4. I think it was 5-4. Yeah, 5-4.
Yeah, it was insane game. But I think this is going to be probably one of the games of the tournament. It might be a bit cagey and stuff like that, but in terms of defense versus attack, Spain are getting games over the line. They are just grinding out results, and France just look very fluid in the way they attack. With Spain, it's the ingenuity and the guile that Lamine has, and with France, it's the whole of their front three.
That's what I'm saying, Biff.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Not even
and
three.
what's it called?
More than front threes, 4 or 5.
Well,
Yeah.
whoever they want to bring off the bench. But I will say that Dani Olmo's movement is top notch. He was getting into some very good spaces. Yafbal didn't really have a good game, but
Baena either.
no, they didn't.
They'd
But
have to
they
bring
were-
Williams.
I think they've been managing the injuries, especially
Yeah, they have.
Williams in
Yeah.
particular. And, Baena hasn't been fantastic, really. Yamal is kind of, you can tell that he's sort of working his way back into to fitness during the tournament. But I think because Spain like to have possession, I don't see that changing. I think France will revert to playing on the counter-attack. I can just see it now because of the way Deschamps thinks. A lot of the time he's thinking he's got enough explosive attackers that they don't need the ball, that they can, if they're direct, when they win that ball back from Spain, that they go direct. And that's probably the best way to hurt Spain, because you saw once Belgium started moving the ball in forward areas, they can cause Spain problems. Whereas we haven't seen any other team in the tournament try to do that against Spain. So
On top of that, you want Spain up the pitch.
Yeah.
So realistically, you want them to come up the pitch, and then bang, speedsters are just on them.
Bro,
And I've
just
seen
picture this.
Kabasi track back. Kabasi and Laporte aren't great at tracking back.
And
But
bear
they
in
don't
mind,
have much pace.
Kabasi and Laporte have both got a yellow card, yeah? So they're going to be...
No, it's wiped. Just wiped.
Is it wiped now for the next
Yeah,
round?
yeah.
For the semi.
So you don't,
after the
miss
semi.
the final, innit?
Yeah.
But you're going to have to picture this, yeah? It's going to be Dembele versus Cucurella and Doué, Mbappe, or whoever on the left-hand side versus Porro. Barcola. There you go.
Yeah.
Like, any of those matchups already have you salivating for what you're going to see. There's going to be murder scenes, bro.
Hey,
There's
yo.
going to be scenes all over the place. Them guys are going to be having to retire after this and be like, you know what? No more national side for me. I'm going to stay domestic.
And Cucurella, because he's got that nasty, I think he'll have a better time.
What, against Dembele?
Out of him, yeah, because he cheats, he scraps, he fights. It's the way he defends. He'll just win free kicks. Dembele will do a step over and he'll roll on the floor saying Dembele stepped on his foot. he just has a knack of winning free kicks for nothing, and it'll just frustrate. I think Porro will probably have a harder time out of the two. I reckon, obviously, because
100%.
Mbappe drifts to the left as well, so it's a double team.
Well, it's going to be we're hoping it's going to be a fantastic game. The matchup on paper looks amazing, and it's the kind of semi-final you want to see in the World Cup. Two of the top teams in the world going against each other and battle to win the spot in the final.
Fun fact: the top four in the world are in the last four in the tournament.
I was saving that one, but thanks.
Sorry, bruv.
You see when the man's reading your notes?
Bruv, I was saving that one for the end, but right, it's too late.
I never got to the end.
Do you know I like that? That's how people know this stuff is on the fly.
Trust me. Cool. One out of the chamber. Next. Big match for England against the Norwegians. A 2-1 win, courtesy of a certain Jude Bellingham. Norway giving a fantastic account of themselves and what you would say is they perform better on the day, but England and Bellingham dug out a win in extra time, and a lot of talk after the game about post-match interviews. But before we go into that, we'll talk about the game itself. And Lamont, what did you make of England's not so great performance, and I guess Norway being probably the better team on the day?
All I'm saying is I saw one line on the England shirt, bro, and it looked like Jude Bellingham, bro. In the wilderness, on his own, put everything on his back and just dragged that one right through. I've got to be honest.
Wait, you
No,
don't,
I've
you
got to
don't
be
gonna
honest.
give, you don't give Jed Spence his flowers? He came on and did
Listen.
his job.
But Jude, seriously, do you know, like, you know he's a good player. Everyone's got their opinion on every player and whatever, yeah? And I look at Jude and I just think, he's good, man. He's all right. But you see, when I just see him playing against Norway and just the way he's moving and he's doing quick L turns and two men are just out of the game and he's now striding past 2 or 3 players, I'm thinking, he's still in the park with the man them. He's still kicking ball and having fun out there. That's what I like to see. Like, someone that's willing to take the game by the scruff of the neck and just be like, what, you don't want to do it? Cha, I'll do it myself. And you get what I'm saying? Making those moves, just being fearless in any moment. Because, you know, the funny thing is, when I watched the replay, as soon as Bellingham, no, it wasn't Bellingham, was it? I think it might have been Anderson, picked up the ball. Beckham stood up. It's almost like he already knew. He saw Bellingham's movement and he thought, first touch was perfect. Second, bang, bottom corner. Mate, when you watch games like that, that makes you enjoy being a football fan. Forget who you support. You're just like, that's the kind of football I want to see. Something that just looks unrehearsed and it just looks raw and you just say, you know, you're not stopping those. Yeah, that's the kind of commentary cliches you see in moments like that, man. So, Jude, you're going to bring it home for them? I'll celebrate that. And that's where I'm leaving it.
Speaking of the first goal, did the ball hit the cable?
Yes.
Apparently it did. When they showed the 3D version, the way the trajectory just drops.
Bro, it hit the cable, bro. It hit the cable.
It must have.
They turned off Snicko. It hit the cable. Imagine.
Now they're not using Snicko.
Bro, tell me, how you sense it, or how is it registering a hair strand touching the ball and it can't manage to pick up the cable? So, you know, I ain't sure about that whole
Do you think, I think they did want the controversy. I think the goal being scored was probably less chaotic than the goal being disallowed.
I don't agree. Because if there's an object that's interfered with play,
I hear that.
But
I reckon they thought if we disallow this goal, it's probably bigger than letting a goal be scored. You know,
Demonium.
What are the rules about that?
Nah, man.
Yeah, if it hits something like that, it's a drop ball, basically.
Yeah, straight.
Yeah.
I don't think
it would have been as pandemonium as you think, especially as it looked bait. The way the ball, as you said, the way the ball dropped and changed direction was crazy. Obviously, it was brilliant from Anderson. Like, he watched it all the way, controlled it, and he played a brilliant ball down the line to Gordon. And obviously, Gordon's found Bellingham in.
Bro, you know what? Gordon is playing out of his skin. You know, for the last 2 games,
last game and a half.
Last
game and a half.
No, I said last 2 games. I never said the whole tournament.
Okay,
because I was about to say, because the beginning he was awful.
Yeah.
But he's stepped up as the tournament's gone on, and which is what you want from your player.
And the same with Anderson, to be honest. His first couple of games, he wasn't great, but he's improved as the games have gone on as well. So, fair play.
Him and Haaland were getting into it, though, Leon. Did you see that? Him and Haaland were getting it. Haaland was throwing him around. He was trying to throw Haaland around. Boy.
Bro, did you see how Haaland dealt with Gahey, bro, a good few times?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think I was going to say that I think that if Serloff had played the ball into Haaland, the game is 2-0 and it's game over.
Yeah.
I don't see England coming back. I don't see them scoring 2 goals at that point. And I think that was a poor decision from Serloff.
Playing advocate, though, because he's left-footed, was it a difficult pass? Because John Stones does well. John Stones makes sure he stays on his right hand. He doesn't give him the angle. And because he's left-footed and he's not good on his right foot, is it potentially good defended by John Stones? not letting him have that free angle just to pass it. You could argue just jab it with your left foot. You could argue just jab it with your left foot or try your right foot. But
I think...
and obviously we were all cussing him.
Yeah,
all of us cussing him straight away. But when you look at it back, sometimes you think, should you then credit John Stones? Was he actually defending really well? I don't know.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think he does defend very well, but the angle is still there to make the pass. As much as you say that he's covered as much as he can in both situations, I don't feel like the way that Haaland's ran, he's made sure there's a gap. There's a passing angle there. Obviously, Soloff has to execute it, but in that situation, yeah, it's criminal that he doesn't try. He doesn't force John Stones to have to make a real decision. He doesn't really do that. He's made it easy for him, and he's messed up. So
yeah, mate.
It is what it is. England done their thing. Wasn't
England's
a great performance, as I said, but
do you know what? England performances...
They dug it out.
They seem to be... Their performances, some people ain't going to like this, seem to be very German at the moment because they are just getting those results.
Efficient.
They're efficient. They're getting these results over the line. It's not pretty, but it's working. And
it's true.
Tuchel is not afraid to make decisions. He's changed it a few times. He took off Rice. He shouldn't have started. Then he puts James. Then he moves James into right back.
Oh, right back.
No, he puts him into midfield. Then he takes off Konza, moves James into right back, and then he brings on Morgan Rogers.
Yeah,
and
which was also a good move, by the way, because he also changed the game when he came on.
Definitely. And then he moves Jude back to the 10 position because he wasn't really working with him in the 8, and then he moves Eze out wide. So he changed the game about 3 different times. He's not afraid to make decisions that need to be made, and he's not afraid to do them. If something ain't working, it's going to be changed. And you can see him on the sidelines, willing his team to do better, and he's got them performing in a way where they are just grinding out results. There were moments in that game where England did not look like they were gonna win, especially in that second half. It looked like it was back to the wall, and if anyone was going to score, it was going to be Norway. And then when it went to extra time, England looked like they were in the ascendancy.
They got more depth, Bev.
It was Jude taking the game by the scruff of the neck. It was a bit of individual brilliance. He came into the game, changed the game, scored the winner, and then England they defended very well. And that's not something that we're not used to seeing that. We're used to, it's usually like a bit more nervy. And I don't think once they went 2-1 up, I don't think anybody thought that Norway were going to score another goal. Yeah. And when they took off Haaland and brought in Strand Larsen, they threw in the towel.
That was game over.
Yeah, that was game over.
But remember what I said after Ghana? They said, remember I said after Ghana, and everyone was complaining, England haven't played. I said on the pod, why are they worried about how you play? It's just winning the games. Just win the games. Doesn't matter how you win it. By the end of the game, win it. Move on. And I said, if England carry on playing like this, they'll get to the semi-finals. And then you see where they are then. Was anyone else... I wasn't too happy with the subs.
Yeah, I was confused.
I don't know why Kane played the full game. Like, they had no outlet. As soon as they took off Gordon, that's when Norway, I thought, took more command of it, because England had no outlet. So I was sitting there thinking, just take off Kane. Yeah. You've done it before. Bring on Watkins, and let him stretch.
He should have brought on Tony. He should have brought on Tony, because Tony can hold the ball, bro.
Possibly, but I think they needed an outlet in terms of stretching the player. I get it. Tony hold the ball up and then use the wingers, but they didn't have quick wingers though. Because Saka's okay, but he's not quick. And then they had Eze playing left wing, so it's not quick.
But they were fresh legs though. So that was my point. The change with Kane, I agree.
The change with Kane, Eze was terrible.
Yeah, potato in it.
Who, Eze?
Yeah, I don't think Eze had an impact.
No, he
didn't. I don't think he's had a good tournament at all, really.
He's not had a good tournament.
It was a bad half-time sub.
Yeah. Sadly.
I was surprised he didn't bring on Rodgers instead. And obviously Rashford, I mean, he hasn't really had a look in since he scored.
Yeah.
So not sure about certain decisions, but bringing on bringing
Menu,
on
maybe?
Dan Burn. What's that?
He ain't gonna get.
Menu?
He ain't gonna get minute. He ain't gonna get no minutes, bro.
Should
Unless
Menu been
there's-
brought on?
I mean, he
In
could
that
have because Mainoo
situation,
can control the game, but
possibly, especially as when Bellingham went into the 8, it didn't really work.
I mean, for Rice, though. Bellingham for Rice. Menu for Rice.
Yeah, maybe if what in this, I don't. If Rice is not ill anymore, he's playing. You know that already.
No, sorry. I mean, at half time, when he took off Rice,
Yeah,
should he have brought on Menu instead, I think.
perhaps.
He keeps the ball well. He moves well.
He says that he trusts everyone that's there, but it doesn't really show it when you see the decisions that are being made.
Certain man they're
it
getting
is
no
what it
minutes.
is. I mean, look, end of the day, the decision he's made. He's been willing to admit when he's made a mistake by making another change to correct it, and you have to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
Once, as Bevan rightly said, when England went 2-0 up, you didn't see Norway coming back, and obviously bringing off Haaland probably because he was exhausted, and largely England kept him quiet. As much as we want to talk about England not playing or not executing certain things in the way that they wanted to play, and Tuchel not being happy about it, they kept their main man quiet, and that's what they needed to do. And you see how important he is to Norway. It's their first. I think it's the first loss since he's played since 2024 or something like that. I think it's the first loss in any matches since 2024. So
I think he was limping as well.
Yeah, I mean he was basically working hard and not getting any rewards for it. So that's what happens. 120 minutes in that heat in Miami, it's no joke. So
Do you think Pickford was at fault for the goal, for Norway's goal?
1,000,000%.
Was coming back to that, but yeah, honestly, yes. He doesn't read it. I mean, whether you want to call that a cross, it looked like a cross, but the way he struck the ball, it wasn't a cross. But it could have been a slight miscue. He doesn't really caress the ball.
Pickford positioning was all over the place, Leon.
He pulled his arm down. He pulled his arm away. He thought he was going to have a
going wide. He thought he was going wide.
Did you hear Troy Deeney?
Well,
on TV, alligator hands. Hey, man. I thought only we could say stuff like that.
Well, he's a player, so what's he going to say?
That's what we call it. Anyway, alligator claw. That's what.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
T-Rex. He's normally T-Rex, but boy, I mentioned alligator. No difference, right?
To be honest with you, Pickford has had some dodgy moments during this tournament. We know what he's like.
Yes.
He like, I know Ramsdale got a lot of stick for saying, that sometimes he goes to sleep in matches. I feel like Pickford creates drama to keep himself involved in the game, because there's times where he does certain things and you're like, what are you doing? Like, there's no need for you to do this. There's no need for you to come for this cross, but he still insists on doing that. And yeah, he's just one of those type of players, but every now and then he pulls off a worldie and you're just like, this one is definitely his fault. So didn't matter in the end. Before we move on, we'll just circle back to the post-match interviews. Tuchel referencing the fact that he wasn't happy about the way England executed their game plan, and a little bit of back and forth with the report of Gabriel Clark. And Gabriel Clark then interviewing Bellingham without giving him context, said that Tuchel wasn't happy with the performance. And Bellingham's reaction was, so what? Who cares? They're through. And there's been a little bit of back and forth, some from other media outlets, some from the public, about whether English media tends to try to build people up to bring them down, or genuinely, do they really want England to win this tournament? Because trying to create a rift by not giving context to Tuchel's comments. What do you make of that? And do you feel like the English media is almost the root of some of the downfall of the England football team?
Do you remember the dentist chair? How did you find out about the dentist chair?
Reporters.
Like, I do think, like, all countries have their press, and their press will get onto their teams when their teams ain't playing well. But I think that with the English press, they're always looking for a story. They're looking to sell papers first, rather than support the team first. If the team don't perform, then fair enough, right? The damning stories or whatever. But before the team are performing, you want to create a moment of harmony and cohesion between. If you're talking about fans getting behind the team, the nation get behind the team, then the nation is also the paper as well, right? And it's also the reporters, and it's everybody. So for you to ask a player a question in that way, from what the manager has said, then there's going to be there could be an unnecessary rift caused when the player's asking what are you saying and why are you saying it like that? And it might be and also with the way that reporters have spoken about Jude in the past, then this is going to feed into the narrative of him being, I don't know, if it's petulant,
obnoxious,
arrogant, all of the
it.
negative things that are used to describe him, but none of them are ever winner. So I think it's unnecessary for the press to do that, and I think, yeah, they're trying to have the story. It's there to sell papers. It's there to have talk pieces, rather than there to galvanize the team to make them get behind them to get them to win.
Why do it though?
Yeah,
like,
you know what?
I just don't understand why. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way Tuchel managed the questions though, because you could see he was like, you know, like the body language is like, what are you talking about?
Mm.
Like, what are you saying? What question are you asking me? And we're talking about a seasoned vet in journalism, someone that had been questioning the elite for years, decades even. So for him to be poo-pooing the question, you already know in his head, he's already switched off. He's already like, what are you asking me? If there was someone else here, I'd be talking to them. But it's one of them. So rightly so, I think Tuchel managed it right. Hopefully that doesn't cause, Bellingham's interview doesn't cause any rift between him and
wasn't just him. Wasn't just him either.
Who else was it?
Madueke said as well. They both basically said he hasn't played in that kind of heat. He wasn't out there. He doesn't know what it's like to play in that heat, because obviously he's burning a bit as well, because he got brought for half time.
Yeah, of course.
So he's probably a bit burning, but he also said similar about why we won. End of the day, it's about winning, and playing in that heat is no joke. He's not playing in the heat. We are. And I was like,
it's very unconventional the way they've been doing this, James, this tournament, with these the way the media have been kind of recording and capturing the moments with England, even to the point of, you know, like when Tuchel was shouting Jude's name and talking about how like Jude's not taking instruction. Not Jude, sorry.
No, not Jude. Jed.
Yeah. You know what I meant anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, so for me, that was this interview wasn't really a surprise, because it's like, are they doing this pantomime villain to just, you know, almost kind of throw a
You're almost looking for a problem when there might not be one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so they already know in-house everything's cool, but they're just going to say anything in front of the media, because, you know, like, you guys are going to get anything and run with it.
They're setting it up. If England lose to Argentina, this is why.
But this is what,
because after the interview, there was clearly a feud in the change room. They didn't go into the game in the right frame of mind, and look what happened. When you should have said, "Oh yeah, your manager said, fantastic win. I'd rather you lose ugly than lose beautifully, but we didn't play well enough." And Jude would have been like, "Yeah, you know what? It's hot, and you can't always get your best performance when it's hot." That's what it would have been like. But yet you say your manager said you didn't play very well today.
Yeah, mad.
You straight away get man's back up.
Yeah, you got man of the match. That's wild.
That's crazy.
And if you look at in the context of the tournament, which side has been absolutely amazing? None. France haven't even had to leave second or third gear for most of the tournament. Like, and they've not really been tested. Let's be honest. They've literally just outgunned most teams. Spain have just been cutting teams with a thousand cuts. And Argentina, I've literally been just
helped by the officials. I mean, just played a lot of football.
You know, Messi's my guy, but you're not wrong.
Well, speaking of the Argentines, they were also through to the blockbuster semi-final lineup with the top 4 teams in the world, as James rightly said earlier. They beat Switzerland 3-1 in extra time, courtesy of not Lionel Messi for once. He did get an assist, but goals from Lautaro, McAllister, and Julian Alvarez. Switzerland will rue the opportunities and going down to 10 men through a pretty terrible dive by Mbolo, especially being on the yellow card already. However, Argentina, once again, people say favorable decisions by the refs. Some dodgy calls. What was your thoughts on the game, gents?
Bro, did you see the free kick that they got when what's the right back? I forget his name. Dennis Zakaria. He wins a clean header. The Argentinian goes into his back and he wins a free kick. And Zakaria's like,
and he gets booked.
How is that a free kick? I've just won a clean header.
It's
No
the booking
elbows,
that
no
kills it.
nothing.
It's the booking that kills it.
And he gets booked.
But they can't reverse bookings, can they?
Nope.
Well,
no.
Well, they apparently they can, Bevan. If you
Well,
remember,
they don't reverse them. They suspend them.
Yeah.
No,
no. We're talking about booking. Remember?
Booking. Yeah. What's it called? That's how. What's it?
Mistaken identity is the new thing. He knew what the identity was. He just gave the wrong player a card at the time.
That they need to change that. I don't mind the thought process of, okay, you know what, he didn't dive, give the person, but you can't call it mistaken identity. Like,
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, man.
Just call it hoodwinking. I'm sorry. You're trying to hoodwink. But I mean, do you think he should have got a yellow card? Should a yellow card have been? Obviously, that is the rules.
Yeah.
Is it harsh to reverse the yellow card?
No, it was such an obvious dive, bruv. That was such an obvious dive.
I personally think he deserved the second yellow.
Yeah, bruv.
Okay.
So stupid. At that point, you're still in the game. You could take it to extra time and
just
absolutely anything's possible.
But they had just equalised.
Yeah, just equalised.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. With 11 men on the pitch, they could have scored another goal.
Easily.
Agreed.
I know that we're talking about a team that doesn't necessarily have a lot of we said
they haven't got a superstar.
They haven't got a superstar, but it just showed that Argentina can be got at, and I think
which we already know. To be fair,
and if they can be got at by Switzerland, then they can also be got at by England.
Yeah.
This could be a very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting matchup.
The Alvarez goal, though, woy.
Your first World Cup goal,
brother.
Hey, frame that, bruv.
Well, in this World Cup, yeah.
Yeah, okay, this World Cup.
Yeah, but
was
still.
Yeah, he's scored in us? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's scored in this World Cup, yeah, but he scored in the last one.
Okay.
If you're gonna score a goal to make it 2-1, that's the kind of goal that you want to score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was interesting they didn't start with him in the tournament first. They started with
Wasn't fit.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it was still, when they spoke to him at the beginning, he was like, yeah, I'm back to my best. But when players say, yeah, I'm back to my best, you know they're not. You know they're not.
And then they got to play in the heat as well, so that's the next thing.
So they did well to ease him in, because he's finding his form at the right time of the tournament, because they play best when him and Messi are on the pitch together. Mm-hmm. His movement, the work he does for Messi. So Martinez is a good striker, but he's not the same movement-wise. He's not as selfless. He's not as selfless as Alvarez is. So, but it's a good 2-punch though. You take off Alvarez, you bring in Martinez.
Yeah.
And they kept them both on in this because they really did not want to go to penalties. So made sense. But no, Switzerland will feel very unlucky to have lost the game. Obviously, they'll rue the red card, but they were missing their young wonder kid, Manzambi. Every time he come on for them, he caused problems. And you can tell that they were missing that cutting edge up front. Dan Endoy, who's been criticised in the past for the lack of an end product with a really good goal. But you have to say Emilio Martinez, often the saviour for Argentina, pulling off some great stops. So, England, Argentina, what are your predictions?
England. I think England are going to nick it. I obviously, I think I predicted Argentina, France at the beginning of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Or did I predict Brazil, France? Maybe it might have been Brazil. Don't know why Brazil. But I think England might nick it, I think they might nick it. Messi never played. I never knew Messi never played against England. I didn't realise.
Never
played against England.
Oh, that is crazy.
England is going to grind it. They're going to grind the way out, and Jude Bellingham is just going to find a way.
Yeah.
He's going to find a way, man.
Brother, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets golden boot, Swear down.
Nah,
Nah, that's a bit far.
Bruv, he's in a fine vein of form, bruv.
Mbappe will get
So's
it. Mbappe will
Mbappe.
still get it.
You
Yeah,
forgot
Mbappe will
about
still get it.
You forgot about Mbappe.
He's two goals behind Mbappe currently. Still, remember?
Fair.
Yeah, I think England win this.
But he could get player of the tournament.
He could, yeah.
He could.
I said it from the beginning that England. I've said it. What I've said from the beginning is it's going to be a France-England final, and
did.
I'm going to stick. And I think England are going to beat Argentina.
Man said it's coming home.
No, I said Argentina. I never said France.
Argentina. Oh, okay. It's all okay.
Two different
It's almost coming home. It's almost coming home.
Simmer. It might be going à la maison.
I think someone's going to do something really stupid in this game.
You reckon?
Yeah, man.
Romero.
Someone's going
Romero,
to 10 men, bro. Someone is going to have 10 men. I don't know which team, but someone's going to do something stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Romero, but there's quite a few candidates in the Argentinian team who could go a man down. But I can just see something controversial.
FIFA will do what they've been doing, and they'll find a way to let Argentina get to that final, let Messi get his showpiece in America, because there has been, through the tournament, there has been some favourable decisions for Argentina all the way through. And it wouldn't surprise me if there's a little, obviously England had some themselves, but it was take one and give one. They obviously, it hit the skyline, but then at the same time, the penalty that Jed won, was it a penalty? Can you now say you can't change your running style while you're running into the box? Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. FIFA could have an impact on this. We'll see.
Do you know what I think?
I hope
because of I always take it back to some of the games we saw earlier, and the fact that Argentina have been caused problems in the last 3 games by the last 3 games that they played. They've been caused problems by teams: Cape Verde, Egypt, and then now Switzerland. And considering that Switzerland against Colombia was one of the worst games of football I've ever seen, I thought I didn't envision this game was ever going to go to extra time, but it did. And I think that England will have enough in attack to cause a lot of problems. Even if with the way that Gordon and Kane and Bellingham have been playing in recent games, and if Rice is back fit, fully recovered from injury, and Anderson's back fit, I think that that's where the battle is going to be won. And I think that England have enough to cause a lot of problems for Argentina. And if they go 2-0 up like Egypt did, there's no coming back. Argentina don't come back from that.
I heard he's got sciatica. Something I know about. What's his name?
Rice.
Declan Rice. Apparently that's what he's suffering from. And on top of that, he was ill for the whole week, which is why he couldn't actually play more than 45 minutes. So if it is that, man, going through that's a lot. But they have the right stuff for that. Yeah. Placenta. Apparently he's doing some placenta injections like that.
Would not surprise me. Well, we didn't do
Wait,
our
hold
predictions.
on. Monts is giving his prediction.
Yeah,
He paused it.
That's because Portugal not in anymore.
Nah, I did. I said England to win it
Oh, okay.
and go through to next round.
Yeah, he did. I guess no changing your predictions then for France, Spain. I guess all of you expect France to win that game.
Yeah.
I do.
It won't be easy, but 2-1 or maybe a 3-1, but 3-1 not in an easy way, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
3-1, but not easy.
Goals. Yeah, and 2 quick goals.
I'm thinking that one might go to extra time and penalties.
You can.
Don't know why.
Penalties.
Yeah. One of these semis are going to penalties. I don't think both of them are going to get done before
I think
penalties.
England's more likely to go to penalties, you know.
England got to penalties. I don't think they win it.
England's more likely to go to penalties.
No, I don't see it.
Martinez versus Pickford. My money will be on Martinez all day.
Yeah. But Messi can't take penalties though. Let's go 6th, bro. Let's go 6th.
Well, that's our lineup. The top 4 teams in the world will battle it out in the semi-finals of the World Cup. Doesn't get much bigger than that. We'll be looking forward to the games. We'll be talking about them. So make sure you tune in. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to follow us on multiple platforms now. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. So Wherever you listen to your podcast, you will find us. The Armchair Pundits ACP Pod. From us, we are out. Till the next time, take it easy.
Peace.
Peace.